What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Overs, brought to you by Drive the Line. My name is Alan Bell, and we've got a great show lined up for you today. Now, it's only going to be me. Our man TJ is out. As the news would say, he's on assignment. So there we go. I believe assignment means he's at work and can't get off. So it's just me, but we're going to have a ton of fun. Look, Abby already said, I need some winners. Been losing my ass off lately. And look at Randall here. Me and you both. Look, man, Randall's got the picks, and you want to talk about somebody being Adam Schefter. This man has been all over it, breaking news in the text chain. Big Brian, good evening, buddy. Good to see you. Also, speaking of Brian, we have a golf episode coming for you tonight. I'll have that all set up for you. He did a great job editing it as we speak, and we'll get that out to you. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it, okay? Week 12 of the college baseball season. We have 3 weekends left until conference tournaments begin. So, no time to waste. Getting down towards the end of the season, man. And I'll tell you what, Aubie, you talk about it. Needing winners. You want to see a slide real quick? All right. Aubie, I need some winners. Been losing my ass off lately. Let me show you why. All right. And I'm not pointing at just you. Look at this. All right. These are your rankings last week. Okay. Number 1, Texas. They went 4-0. Solid. Number 2, Clemson, 1-3. Oregon State, 2-3. Florida State, 2-2. Arkansas, 3-2. Tennessee, 2-2. LSU, 2-2. North Carolina, 2-1. Number 9, Vanderbilt, 1-3. Georgia, 2-2. Look at this. That is why I'm saying it's no BS. This college baseball season has been crazy, man. There's so much more parity out there, and it is tough. So like I said, we've got 3 weekends left, and yeah, look how brutal that is, man. Very, very difficult. All right, now let's jump into what we have for this weekend. All right, here are your series. Number 3, Clemson, at number 5, Florida State. Clemson, my God, just got worked by NC State over the weekend. They need a big one here. That's going to be a really fun series. App State, Coastal Carolina, solid. Oregon, coming off a big weekend against Oregon State. At Michigan State, and let me tell you, you want to talk about runs, scoring? Michigan State's been scoring a ton of runs. This could be a really nice over series. Number 10, Auburn at number 12, Tennessee. Tennessee coming off a series loss there to LSU. And, yeah, Auburn, look at them. This is going to be a really fun series. Number 17, Louisville at Notre Dame. Texas Tech, West Virginia. Number 18, Alabama. Number 15, Vanderbilt here in Nashville. That's going to be fun. Number 9, Georgia at Missouri. My goodness, Georgia could score a ton of runs if they get the bats right. Missouri gives up a bunch of them. Number 13, we just talked about him, NC State at Miami. But it doesn't stop there. Keep going. All right, Arkansas State at Southern Miss. You got Cincinnati at Kansas. That's going to be a fun series. Number 2, LSU at Texas A&M. Troy, South Alabama. Ole Miss at Oklahoma. These 2 teams are very, very similar. Number 1, Texas at number 11, Arkansas. There's either going to be 3 runs scored per game or there's going to be 30. There's no in between with these 2 teams. TCU at Arizona, UC San Diego at UC Irvine, which UC Irvine's playing great baseball right now. And then UCLA at Southern Cal, Battle of Los Angeles, and UCLA playing good ball too. Right. So those are our weekend series there. Let me pull this up a little higher so that you can see. Again, we're going to get into some of these teams, but just talked about it, man. There are a lot of fun series in only 3 weekends left. Every one of these games absolutely matters. All right, let's look at our team leaderboards here. Again, Georgia continues to lead the country, 113 home runs this year. Tennessee with 100. East Tennessee State, 96. Arkansas, 94. And Austin P, 89. We use these stats really, to get an idea of, who's leading, because who doesn't like home run stats or pitching stats? But, how do these teams get down? And how can we use this information to bet? Austin P is on absolute fire right now. Absolute fire, man. Now look at the other side here. Team ERAs. Western Kentucky leads the country, a 3.04 team ERA this year. Texas, 3.09, get the job done. Northeastern, 3.12. Tennessee 3.35, and then North Carolina 3.53. So again, pay attention to these teams. I mean, you look and see a Tennessee that's leading a top 5 in both categories, and LSU whooped them, right? So it is going to be fascinating to how these teams, how do their staffs look? I'll say this: Tennessee on Friday nights with Liam Doyle. My God, the guy is just an absolute machine. Absolute machine. But Tennessee needs to get them bats going. So we're going to find out about them this weekend. Yeah, Scott says, my Northeastern boys are pitching. Hell yeah, they are. Dude, pitching their tails off. Scott, be careful of the run rule, the Jordan. Be careful with it all over the board. And you're right. Like, I'm piggybacking off of your comment because it's absolutely correct. And some books, if you play an over and the run rule comes into effect, you don't quite get there. DraftKings will void it. Some of them don't, though. So be careful. Make sure that you protect yourself in regards to those. All right, that's team leaderboards here. And again, this episode's going to be pretty short. I'm going to hit you with the information, and we're going to go through some of these series again of where we can find, some solid plays that could be there, right? We don't have betting lines for any of these games yet, recording this on Wednesday. So we can't make any bets, but we can definitely jot down where we're going to be looking. And if the books mess up, there we go. All right, so coming in hot. We use this information to see which teams are coming in hot, playing good baseball, man. You look at Texas 4-0. I mean, just an absolute machine getting the job done. This week, they are at number 11, Arkansas. Number 2, LSU, 2-2. Finally lost their first midweek game of the season, but they win 2 out of 3 against Tennessee. Very solid there. They are at Texas A&M this weekend. Number 8, UC Irvine, 4-0. Continue to just get the job done. They're hitting the ball, pitching. I mean, they're doing it, man. Like, this team is so unbelievably good. They're at home against UC San Diego. Number 6, Oregon went 3-1 last week, playing against Oregon State, handled their business, man. Boys look good. They are at Michigan State. Jot that down right there. Circle that one, right? Like, Texas against Arkansas, dude, this is going to be a war, right? And Friday night, I'm not kidding, the total could be 8.5 between Texas and Arkansas. I'm not kidding. It could legitimately be 8.5. It could be 9. It could be that low. And you might look to the under. Like, it could be unbelievably low, man. So pay attention to that one. But that Oregon at Michigan State, circle that one. There could be a lot of runs scored there. Number 13, NC State, 3-0 last week at Miami. Miami's a weird team. They give up a ton of runs, but circle that one, but be careful. NC State having a massive sweep of Clemson and then going on the road down to Miami. They could. NC State's a tough team to trust. Just an absolute tough team to trust. Be careful there. But that Oregon at Michigan State, that could be solid. Scott said, could UC Irvine be that team this year that makes a deep run? Hell yes. Yes, because they can pitch. They've got arms. They've got a bullpen. They can hit, and they are freaking well coached, man. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, man. This team is for real. They're absolutely for real. Like, they don't beat themselves either. Like, you are going to have to earn it. Yeah, absolutely agree on that. Now, flip it over to the other side here. Bounce back. Let me pull this full screen. So we just took a look at ranked teams in the top 10 that had tough ones. I mean, just look at this. Clemson, 1-3. All right. NC State whooped them. And they have to go to Florida State. Number 7, Oregon State. Just talked about it. Oregon whooped all over them. They're going to Hawaii. And be careful. Circle this, but be careful here, too, because Hawaii's got some funky pitching, and that is a long travel, man. If anybody's ever flown to Hawaii, dude, the Pacific Ocean is huge. It is not a short trip. Number 11, Arkansas, I talked about it. They went 3-2 last weekend, but it was not a good 3-2. They are against number 1 Texas there. Tennessee goes 2-2, but again, 2 losses to LSU. And not that that's bad. losing 2 out of 3 to LSU at LSU, right? Just Tennessee last couple weeks been a little shaky. Throw Kentucky in there. They're at home against number 10 Auburn. Tennessee, Lindsey Nelson. Their stadium is one of the smallest in the country. Auburn can hit. Tennessee can hit. This could be a really fun series, man. Circle that one. Number 15 Vanderbilt went 1-3 last week. And they're at home against number 18 Alabama. These two teams have got to figure themselves out. Vanderbilt's been on this list like for the last 5 weeks, and I can tell you exactly why. They have issues hitting. Now, that's easy to say. Their issue comes into play when they have runners on base, and you're seeing this in Major League Baseball too. The issue is that if you have two runners on and anything less than 2 outs, so let's just say you have 2 runners on, no outs, all right? Dude at the plate strikes out. Like, they've gotten away from bunting. They've gotten away from just getting the bat on the ball. Hit a damn ground ball, right? Yeah, I mean, double plays could crush you, but striking out is the worst thing that you could do because it does not advance the runners. And Tim Corbin, Vanderbilt's manager, man, that's what he was built on. Now, he had unbelievable players, Dansby Swanson, David Price. Keep going down the list, right? But that's how they got down, man, is that when they got guys on base, they always move them over. They always got those guys. And it's the same deal, man. If you have 2 runners on and 1 out and you strike out, what are you doing? Like, it is unbelievably just an inning killer. And Vanderbilt's find themselves in that spot. And what they're also doing is now when they get runners on base, they're trying to force stolen bases. And sometimes it works. A lot of times it does not. They got to get back to putting the bat on the ball when they have runners on base. If you ground out, fine. Even if you hit to a double play every now and again, fine. At least you're getting the bat on the ball, man, because more times than not in college baseball, you're going to at least find somewhat of a hole. Even if you get thrown out at first, you move the runners around and you go from 0 outs to 1 out, but now you're on second and third. A fly ball, sack fly, get you a run. A base hit, get you 2. That's the problem, is they've got to get the bat on the ball, man. Absolutely have to get their bat on the ball. Scott says Arkansas minus 166 favorite against Texas. Yeah. You talk about on Friday? Makes sense. Arkansas. I mean, not that Texas isn't lethal, clearly, but Arkansas is a friggin' machine on Fridays. DKR is a few games up for tomorrow. Oh, yeah, Thursday. Sorry, you're right. So, yeah, they start theirs on Thursday. You also are going to see some series. Oregon State, Hawaii starts on Saturday because of the travel. So pay attention there. You're going to see some Thursdays, most start on Fridays. You'll see some start on Saturdays. So, yeah, Scott, good eye there. Good eye indeed. All right. Again, look at this. If you missed this earlier, you want to talk about tough? This is last week. Besides Texas, who went 4-0, Clemson 1-3, Oregon State 2-3. You can read it. I'm not going to go through all of them, but my God, it's tough out here. Absolutely tough. So we'll see which of these teams bounce themselves back. Okay, trends of note. And I'll drop all of these slides in the detailed Discord so that you have them and keep them with you. Because some of these stats are absolutely going to help. Some of them might not. Texas, they still have yet to lose a weekend series this year. They're just wagons, man. Scott, you just put it up there. Arkansas minus 166 favorite against Texas. Well, I mean, I know Texas is on the road, but, you know, betting them 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3, we'll see, man. You know what I'm saying? So, Purdue, we talked about Georgia getting hit. Purdue, as of late, it's been insane. They've been hit. Their batters have been hit by a pitch 120 times this season. I don't know what in the hell is going on, but Purdue is scoring a ton of runs, man, and they'll give some up too. But this is why they're just getting runners on base over and over and over. It's absolutely amazing. So keep leading into those fastballs. Duke, we talked about, look, and I'll bring myself up on screen. We talk about Duke being back. This is a big reason why. They've walked 304 times this year, and specifically over the last 3 weeks, it's been unreal numbers because they're getting dudes on base, man, and they're moving them around. Like, that's what Duke is doing. And you see these innings that they have, they are just exploding. And Duke, look, they were a problem for us at the beginning of the year, problem for everybody. But these boys are feeling it, man, and they're absolutely taking advantage of it. So pay attention there. Duke is getting a lot of guys on base, and pay attention when they're facing teams, possibly walk a lot of guys, possibly hit a lot of guys, right? Yeah, big advantage. Sam Houston. Now, we don't always get to bet Sam Houston. They've lost 20 of their last 22 games, which is obviously horrific. But if you get a chance, and I couldn't put it on screen, but if you get a chance, go look at how they've lost these games. I swear to God, they've lost their last 20 games like 16-4. All of them. Like, it's absolutely insane how many runs that they've been giving up. They're I think, top 6, one of the worst teams in the country, and specifically as of late. Unbelievable amount of runs that they've been giving up. So pay attention there. And then Ohio State, okay? Now, doesn't mean Ohio State's scoring the runs, but they're scoring runs, and they're giving up just a ridiculous amount. All right, I went through their last 9 games, okay? And these are both teams that we're counting. Their last 9 games, all 9 of them are averaging 18.7 runs per game between both teams scoring. 18.7. It's insane. They're seeing totals of 16, 17, and they're hitting overs on these. So Ohio State, definitely a team to pay attention to there. They have Michigan this weekend. Yep, absolutely, Scott. Yep, they got Michigan this weekend. And Michigan's not a bad team. Yeah, we'll see what those totals are, because Michigan certainly is not Ohio State in terms of scoring, but we'll see. If we just, again, I'll drop these in Discord, and they're just a good little reference, right, to when we start to see Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, games. Could find some nice stuff here. Okay, so those are our trends of note. Let me get to, and I think this is our final slide. It is. All right, under the radar series, and I'll pull it full screen. What we use this for, okay? If the books aren't paying attention, which tends to happen every week, because they have to pay attention to 302 teams, right? But if they mess up, have these games by your side. Richmond at Dayton. All of these, and I put them on this list in regards to overs and runs. All right? Not picking winners, not picking money line, not picking any of that whatsoever. What I'm talking about is that these matchups are teams that either both give up a ton of runs, both score a lot of runs, both mixed in. Richmond and Dayton absolutely fall in that category. Dayton scored a ton of runs, man. A ton of runs. Yeah, I know. Scott said should put. We've thought about that, right? Of just not doing this on the show, just put it in the Discord. I don't know if we're gonna get Bellarmine at Austin P, but dear God, if we do, yeah, this is what you want. Bellarmine will give up 1 billion runs, and Austin P, you've seen it, top 5 team in the country hitting home runs, playing at home, have absolutely no problem of hitting bombs. And I can assure you, Austin P being 45 minutes from me right now, right in the Tennessee-Kentucky line, it's hot. I think it's 84 degrees right now as we're recording, and it's 7:30 at night, right? Yeah. Creighton at Butler. Butler will give up 20 runs a game. Like, they're, I think, top 10, like, most runs allowed this season. And not that Creighton is like some crazy high-scoring team, but they're good. The Blue Jays are solid. They can absolutely hit, right? And Butler will allow it. So keep that one there. Wright State at Youngstown State. Youngstown State, my God. They're even worse at giving up runs. Now, they can score too. Wright State can score and give up. Like, this is going to be nice. Now, be careful. We talk about two teams that are kind of similar, and you can have dud games come out of it. This could be one, but it could also be 20-16, and I'm not kidding. So keep that one written down there. And then finally, Kent State at Ball State. Kent State is scoring. They've got more runs than Ohio State in these games, man, over their last 10 or so. Ball State, they can do both. They can score. They can give them up. This one is your one right here. It's just like the teams are just big enough, like known-wise, that we'll get to bet it, but not that books will care. You know what I mean? They won't care. They'll focus on others. This is one that we could steal. Now, depends on what the total is, but it's absolutely one that we can steal indeed. All right. That's it. That's all we got. Like I said, it was gonna be a quick episode that we had today. We'll talk Thursday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, Thursday afternoon, 3 p.m. Eastern, and we'll go through all these games once we get full lines, totals on all of it, break these things down, and get it popping. So, all right. That's it. Everybody have a wonderful night. We've got bets going tonight, NBA, Major League Baseball, you name it, and we will see you tomorrow morning. Have a great night. See ya. Who's got it better than us? Nobody!